Welcome to another episode of Nerd Out. I am Randy. This is Brian, and we're got something different to bring to you. We have been provided with a sample of a fan-made Dinobot toy from Beast Wars. Set it up if you're not. Transformers Beast Wars is something I really enjoy, and it is something that you would.
I can't stand it. I'll be honest. So I shouldn't say I can't stand it. I've never.
No, I think it's fair to
into
say
it.
you can't stand it. You seem to be pretty angry towards it. Like, I'm really excited about the Optimus Primal, and
I'm not angry towards it, but it's nothing I would put in my collection.
Okay.
Ever.
I am a huge fan. Like, to be honest with you, they came out in what, like 94, 95. And by then I wasn't interested in. I was totally action figures. Did not really have an interest in Transformers or robots. I just liked Star Wars and action figures, G.I. Joe, and Beast Wars sort of bridged that gap for me. It got me back into Transformers and GoBots and robots. Not only that, but the show, in my opinion, is the best Transformers fiction out there, and I think you could try to argue that with me, but you're going to lose because I think it is the best. I mean, you unfortunately you haven't seen enough of it to determine that. The first season was a little long and got a little dragged on, but by the time they got to the Transmetals second season, it really just Code of Hero, which I tried to get you to watch last night.
I tried. I can't blame it on the show. It was late when I tried.
Okay. It's one of the most as far as, again, it's a show for kids. It really has a lot of emotion.
The problem is, so let's say I get into the show,
the animation
aren't going to do anything for me.
Okay.
Like I'm not into dinosaur toys.
That's fine. That's
fine. You know what I mean?
I can't force you to do that. But we were given this fan sample. I can the most history I can give it on you is this designer. From what I understand, is from China, and I believe he designed a great deal of Mitron from DX9,
which is my favorite.
Which is
one of my favorite figures to date.
We were provided with some pictures of his original. I don't know. I think he did maybe about 80-90% of Mitron. And again, you love Mitron. So we were very excited to take a look at this. I've never before even held something that was made from a 3D printer. And I'm actually rather impressed with the quality of plastic. I actually thought it was going to be more brittle. But you were familiar with this. You know that. Now, the only Dinobot we've had two Dinobots. We had the original one, and we had the Classics one, which I don't have anymore because I hated it. This is designed to be a chug figure, a Classics, not a masterpiece. I want to say that right from the get-go. I personally think the dinosaur mode is pretty fantastic. It still has the same problem as the original one, where you just can't hide the legs. That's something that I guess
that's a question of, can you really not hide them, or have they just not done it yet?
I don't know, and that's what I don't know. Like, I was thinking about that, and the things that they did, like they did that Classics Rhinox, and they did an amazing job with that, and they did things on it that I didn't think were possible because the original toy designs preceded or came before the show. So until they got to Transmetals, you saw that there was a lot of variance in how it looked. But I think that would be something that the masterpieces would have to surprise us with. Is can they close that gap? I mean, what are your thoughts on it? Do you think it's possible?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think anything can be done.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
We used to think,
it's true.
It's a huge one, is getting rid of the swing bar on the Valkyrie. It couldn't be done.
Mm-hmm.
No way to get rid of it, and they did it. You know, and
right.
it's like it's just a matter of figuring it out.
Yeah.
But I guess that's not what we're here.
Yeah. No, I think the sculpt in dinosaur mode is very detailed. You can tell that the designer's a fan of the product. That he's got experience. It is definitely of a Classics style. I like the size. It's much larger than the original. That's a big deal to me. I always thought that Dinobot was bigger. However, I did watch Code of Hero again last night and noticed that, you know what? Dinobot isn't as big as I remember him to be.
How big is he supposed to be?
He's a Velociraptor. Okay. I would say that there's sort of an in-between of these two. But again, like, if this is designed... I'm having a little bit of a problem with this.
Well, I never put that together. These came out, like, in the whole Jurassic Park heyday.
Yeah.
And that was super popular.
Right.
Got it.
Oh, man, I'm having a hard time with these joints wearing down. But yeah, I mean, my thoughts is I think it's probably too big for classic scale. I think it would actually probably be pretty good with masterpiece scale. It's again, the tail is removable, just like the original. I don't know, they could work something like that in there. And then this is kind of cool. Like if you're familiar with it, this opens up and it reveals the accessory.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cool. And then they also include a larger one, which is cool.
What
I
is
like
that? A sword?
Yeah, that's a sword.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a clip on the sword. And now, so I mean, yeah, my biggest complaint with
does that attach in bot mode?
This does not. This is sort of like it's sort of like.
What does the tail? Does the tail attach to him in robot mode, or is that like?
No, in this version, it becomes like a gun.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'll show you when we get to bot mode because it does become an accessory, and I'll show you that. So basically, for the Dinobot dinosaur mode. My complaint is it would be cool if it would push to the extreme of having this closed in. Any of thoughts on the dinosaur mode for you before we get to the robot?
Not that I'm really comfortable saying. I mean, I want to be nice about it. You know, I mean,
Well, what is it? I mean, be honest. Like, what is it about this dinosaur mode that you?
I think the underside looks like shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, with everything that they're able to do now in design, and I just like.
You don't think that would pass for a chug then? You don't think? I mean,
Could be a chug.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess that it's hard for me to separate it because
Why?
If this were $20, like no thanks.
Really?
I mean, I wouldn't want it,
right.
you know. And it's just like, but part of it not just because it turns into a dinosaur, but
I think it is, but the underbelly is a problem.
I mean, if they did it right, I'd be in. I guess I could go with it a little bit, but it's just I don't know. It's really obvious.
It is. That's my complaint.
Sore thumb. And I mean, you know, I mean that's.
But
worse,
but yeah, that's so much
$20
worse.
20 years worth of.
Yeah, engineering.
Yeah.
Okay. What about details in the sculpt? I like how the mouth, the
No, I like the teeth.
Yeah,
the teeth are neat. It's
Yeah.
got a tongue. That's cool.
Good articulation. I like the wrist articulation in the hands. And now we're gonna do the robot mode. So I'm gonna pause this real quick, and then we'll get back to you.
Thank God it turns into this.
Yeah, that's a nice mode.
Yeah, this is redeeming of it. Like it, you know, I get a little bit more into this. It's a nice robot mode. It's articulated. Like it's actually super articulated.
Yeah, it is.
It's a robot. It's pretty fucking sweet.
It is pretty fucking sweet.
I like it as a robot.
I do too, but I think that's the thing. I think it's very well representative of Dinobot. I think that's a hard character to nail because again, I think that they designed him very differently in the show than they did in the thing. That looks great.
So? Yeah,
because I mean, like okay, here's my. I think it looks great, man. I'm into it. I transformed this thing 5 or 6 times. And I'm happy with it. Yeah, that's the other sword.
Double fist.
Yeah, you can give him a double sword. My complaints is that I think the head sits a little far back for what I would expect, and I love this is good. The transformation I think is fun. The hardest part is that the chest has to sort of collapse in all at the same time.
You have to move like 3 simultaneous parts and line them up, and
yeah, but once you get it, it is fine. Yeah. But the raptor arms just fits nice and snug in there. I love that. I love it. I love the size. I think the detail, the face is great. It's hard to tell because it's not painted. They put like these chest parts on the side that show the detail. I mean, the thing is Dinobots in the cartoon are organic looking, and they look organic. So there are some machine-like sculpts that I just don't know how you would avoid.
Yeah. I mean,
it's pretty sweet. Like I am ignorant to how third-party stuff is made, how fan stuff is made, and it looks like a lot of hard work went into that. I love the articulation. You can get some good poses, and I love the scale. It is, in my opinion, more chug than masterpiece. But with that said, I think with a little bit more engineering and a little bit more work to it, it could have been a masterpiece. And I think in today's world, I think the chug aesthetic has sort of gone the way of the dinosaur. Yeah, you like that? I think people want Masterpiece. Now, I'm going to have the Optimus Primal.
Well, do you mean Masterpiece scale or
No,
Masterpiece
like
size?
everything. Like the whole Masterpiece scale and size. I think that's the trend, right? I mean, Chug sort of like evolved into Titans Returns and Combiner Wars, which is now his own thing. So I think the whole like third-party Chug stuff, is that still being made, or is it pretty much now third-party
Masterpiece, you mean?
Yeah. Like, what are they doing? Are they doing both?
That's hard. I'd say they're in between.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're doing bigger toys.
Right, I
Masterpiece
see.
scaled
I
chugs
see.
a lot of times. It's just I just think they're. I don't know. It's hard to answer because it feels like they're just trying to make the best toy they can.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, for a lot of them,
Mm-hmm.
and
you don't think so? You don't think they're trying to pigeonhole into a certain aesthetic?
I don't know how to. I mean, I think they're going for a G1 aesthetic.
Right. So this is sort of a new thing. Now the thing is that's the thing is we don't really have anything to compare this to.
We will,
except for yes, we will. And you know what? Can I do this? Totally unprofessional, but I don't care. I'm gonna grab.
It's okay. We're not professional.
Speak for yourself, yeah. Here it is with Rhinox, and this is actually the first time I've done that, and it fits pretty good. I think he might be a little bit on the tall side. I don't know. Oh no, that's pretty. I don't remember. Rhinox was short and stubby, but I don't remember if Dinobot was that tall. I do like it though. I do like that height. It feels good. It feels like you're getting like a valuable.
Is this just a Beast Wars figure? Like
this is the new.
Normal?
This is the classics, the Generations Beast Wars.
He seems in scale.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think he might be a little bit on the tall side.
I mean, but they don't even get the scale right half the time.
No, you're right.
I mean, I'd say this is a Chug for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I'll be honest with you. I'm hoping. I think I'm going to have the Masterpiece before this goes up, this review. And if I do, I'm going to give you some good size comparisons and some analysis with that because I think, or we will. I think that's an important.
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, I think this would definitely be Chug over Masterpiece.
I do too.
For sure.
I think with maybe 20% more engineering, I think it could go towards the Masterpiece. But again, we don't know what a Masterpiece Beast Wars is going to look like yet. I mean,
I don't. There would be a lot.
You think so?
To get this up to Masterpiece, I mean, to good Masterpiece level. They've had some pretty crappy Masterpieces, and I'm not trying to talk down on this.
No, I understand.
But I mean, like they would have to. This would need to be cleaned
Closed
up a little bit.
Yeah.
Smooth up the transformation a little bit, you know. But it fits right in with Chug, man.
It does.
It definitely.
Does. Yeah.
It's probably better than a lot of Chugs.
I agree.
At least it's good.
I am pleasantly surprised with that. You have Mitron, so you know what this guy is capable of, and I think here's my thought. Okay, I believe I'm going to try to get this all correct. I believe these are being sold for $70 as is, unpainted. Okay, I think that's what they're trying to do. I think they're just a couple guys or the guy, and I think what we have here is a great third-party product that a Dinobot fan and Transformers Beast Wars fan would love. I think the best avenue is to find a third-party company who's willing to invest in that mold and paint it up and get it produced. Because I think it is ready for manufacturing, but it would be hard unless you know how to paint. You would have to paint that up. And if you're willing to take that task, I highly recommend it. I really do. I really think it's very intuitive. I think it represents Dinobot better than any other Dinobot figure we had before. I did not like the classics, which I don't have to show you, but I hated it. I like the original a lot, but I like it as a toy, not as like a representation of what I saw on the screen. I think it's really detailed, really high quality, and I gotta be honest, I'm really happy with it. I think it's worth $70 for the guy out there who's looking for the Chug Dinobot and is willing to paint it. Now, as I said, if this got produced, painted, boxed up, and packaged, I easily think this would be a $90 figure. I really do. I think it'd be a $90
in that size.
Yes, I think that would be appropriate to what third-party products are today.
I don't know. Third party's not that much more than normal stuff because if these
like
how much is this?
$25. Third-party stuff. I think
not that much.
What did you pay for the Sunstreaker? I mean, that was like $90.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot more intensely engineered than that. Like, dude, it's not even close.
Really? I didn't transform the Sunstreaker.
Yeah, it's way.
So what would you value that at? If this was
I'm asking. I don't know.
Okay, well, if it was produced,
I mean, to buy a figure that's the same level of engineering as a Chug, $30. I think it's
third party. You're telling me the third party Chug, third party.
They don't make them really.
That was my original point.
But a third party Megatron is $120. That's a
good point.
You know, it's cheaper than what Takara's going to come out with.
Okay, but you remember when, I mean, that sort of goes back to what I was originally talking about, is when they were doing third party stuff started out.
It was super expensive.
They were doing Chug stuff.
Yep.
So, what is the most recent thing that you can think of that was Chug style? Masterpiece that you could think of?
The third party?
Yeah.
There was Chug.
Yeah, so what is a recent third party Chug? And that would be a cost comparison. Because I think that this is easily as good as any third-party Chug thing out there. I really do.
I don't know. I've never bought a third-party Chug, I don't think.
I had the
last third-party Chug I bought, but the market was different.
Right.
It was the Hegemon.
The Hegemon, yeah. And that thing was a piece of shit, but you liked it. I mean, I don't want to say it was
a piece of shit.
It wasn't a piece of shit. It was just, the thing is third-party stuff has gotten so good.
Yeah, I mean, and in the day, like, I think that was $100 toy. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you want to support third party, I mean, I think this is great Dinobot. I think most fans out there are looking for final products, but and I think that's the challenge here, is that I think if I had this as a final product, I think my enthusiasm would be way through the roof. But I think it's beautifully done, and I'm very interested in seeing what this designer has to offer, because he worked on Mitron, he worked on this, and I understand that he's working on 3 other third-party products. I'm so curious.
Me too.
And
I would love to see it.
This is the first time we really get to look, and again, unfortunately...
And this is difficult to give your opinion on it, because it's unfinished. It's like, it's got no paint, and you can't hold that against it, but... Okay, fine, I can't hold it against it, but there's no paint on it.
I agree.
So you tell me. I mean, it's really hard to look at something. Yeah, for something that some dude made, it's pretty amazing. But it's also you can't compare it to a toy that's produced. So I don't know what to say about it.
Right.
You know.
Right. And that's why I put my price on it. It's like I'm not trying to downplay it. I think it's beautiful, but it is unfinished product. You're essentially buying almost a model, like a built model. So it's like, what do you pay for a model? I really love it. I really do, and I really want to keep it. I really want to add it to my collection. I think my advice is, if you are out there looking for a nice Dinobot and you don't mind painting it up, this is the one to go with. I don't quite think it's the masterpiece. I think it is Chug. But my advice is, if you're a third-party company looking to get in on ground floor, talk to this guy, because I think this is a great piece, and I think this guy's got more to offer. I'm sorry, I don't mean.
We'll find out. We gotta see.
It's true. I hate to refer to it as this guy. I don't know if I think it was.
I'd be curious to see what else he's working on. I mean,
for you,
Mitron's awesome.
Mitron was like Toy of the Year for you.
Might be. I
mean, it's crazy. I love doing this. I hope this encourages more third-party companies to send us product. I don't know if it does, but we're always going to be straight shooters.
And we'll be honest about it.
Absolutely.
So
please if you like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. We're going to provide a lot. It's, again, the difficulty is that we're looking at an unfinished product without the paint. It makes it difficult to truly see all these details in there that are there. The transformation's fun. I like it. I think it looks super, super strong. So please subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And until next time,
nerd out!
Tell my tale to those who ask. Tell it truly. The ill deeds among with the good, and let me be judged accordingly. The rest is silence.